eyes are on the Dallas Cowboys now. And so Clarence is as good as anyone to fill us in. Now, they've, been practicing, obviously, in the pads now, like everybody else. And Jerry Jones, Martin, is excited. He loves what he sees. Surprise, surprise. And he even came out and said this yesterday. I will say that Philadelphia, and if you will, the Giants and Washington team, they need to be on their game because we are. We're going to be on our game, and we will be improved over last year. Now, he went on and said some favorable things about the rest of the division, but ultimately he's talking smack, Martin. You like this from Jerry?
Look, at this point, I would be concerned if Jerry wasn't talking. Right, then it'd be like, wait a minute, maybe something's happened. Like, is he okay? Because does he know football season's around the corner? Because it's about time for him to talk about how he wants another Super Bowl, right? It is August. But no, I don't think it's true. I don't think it's overwhelmingly true any more or less than it was last year or the year before. The thing about what Jerry's saying, it's a fact. The NFC is wide open, Chris.
Agreed.
It's wide open. And then you have the elder statesman of Rodgers. He's switching conferences. There's no, I don't say there's nobody in the NFC, but I mean, we're talking about like Geno Smith as the third, fourth, fifth best quarterback in the conference. Now, I'm old enough to remember just a few years ago, you want to talk about a guy they were out on, a New York Jet quarterback that people were out on.
That should be the example for Zach Wilson, I'll tell you that.
Right. I mean, it's mind-boggling to me. Geno Smith got punched in the face in the locker room, and we all heard about it. Think about it. We all found out about that.
Yep.
Anyway, I say all that to say, you got the experience at quarterback, okay? You have probably one of the best defensive players in the league, if not definitely in the conference.
If not the best.
Right, if not the best.
Right.
All right? Like, yeah.
Micah Parsons.
The Cowboys should be favored. And if we didn't spend so much.
Favored for what?
Favored to win the division, I think. Or not necessarily favored to win the division. Oh, not with the Eagles. Not with the Eagles.
Right. Look, I hear what you're saying.
It shouldn't be a big jump.
Right. I think what you're saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, Dallas, Philadelphia, and San Francisco, not in that order necessarily. Those are the three elite teams in the NFC.
Yes.
Would you agree?
San Francisco and Philly, I think, are a step above. I think those are the two, and then Dallas just a half step behind. But they should be in that category, right? That's what I'm saying. They should be there. They should. Like, if we didn't spend so much time on TV and radio and, focused on the Dallas Cowboys in general, I think more people will be talking about them as a sleeper team right now.
That's my point. That's my point. Jerry Jones creates unnecessary drama. And look, they're the Dallas Cowboys. So we would obviously give them attention and all that, and there would be some drama created just because of who they are and the franchise that they are. But not as much as Jerry makes it. And
True.
To your point, all the shows, they would talk about them like they talk about the other good teams or some of the other flagship teams of the league. But they wouldn't talk about them as much as we do if Jerry Jones wasn't running his mouth constantly. And that creates unnecessary problems for the team. I'm convinced of it. He creates, Martin, a soap opera-ish atmosphere. Sure. So they feel more like a soap opera than a football organization. It's a soap opera set in a football setting. That's what it is. Rather than just a football team, we might have our occasional drama like any other team, but we're about football. It feels like because of Jerry, they're about all this nonsense. And look, they're a good team. I got a chance to win the division. No doubt. I think Philadelphia is better, but you can't write off the Cowboys as having a chance for that to win that division. But why does the owner have to come out and sound the alarm? Is Clark Hunt doing that in Kansas City?
No.
Is Jeffrey Lurie doing that in Philadelphia? It's no. Robert Kraft, he'll speak occasionally, but not like every day like Jerry. Like Jerry talks like he's the head coach.
Yeah, very much like Puffy, all up in the videos.
Yeah, that's a great example. That's a great example.
So I
Come
get it.
on, bruh. I know you signing the checks, but you do you and let us do us. Stay in your lane. I get it. He's the owner. He can do whatever he wants. I just don't think, Martin, that it is great for your franchise. And I know people are probably saying, oh, come on, what's Chris talking about? Like, what's that got to do with the football? It just creates unnecessary drama, unnecessary expectations, unnecessary questions that the players have to answer. Jerry said you guys are, by far, you're going to be better than last year. You're the best team in the AFC East. He put a warning out to all the others. Now I have to answer that as a player. I mean, it's just stuff you don't need to deal with. There's enough to deal with. We don't need you throwing out all this extra stuff, so we have to be extra. It's just silly. And it hadn't worked, Martin, in 26 years.
No.
Did he talk when Barry Switzer was there? Okay, whatever. But it hadn't worked in 26 years. And last time I looked up the definition of insanity, it was when you do something over and over again expecting to get a different result. Well, Jerry, you talk all the time like you're Mike McCarthy, the head coach, and it hadn't gotten you even to the NFC title game in the last 26 years. So come on, man.
I mean, look, I hear what you're saying. I get it. I just happen to like it. I wish more owners were talking like this.
It's great for us.
I wish more owners were talking like that, honestly.
It's great for us, but you're not a Cowboys fan, and I'm not either. I'm just saying, I'm trying to help the Cowboys fans. It is great for us. Sean Payton, Rob took him to task. I don't know what was your thought. Did you want to take him to task too, or did you take him to task?
No,
your boy VJ took him to task.
What I took him to task about Sean Payton was, hey, if you're going to fight, if you're going to go out there and talk all tough, don't come back the next day and act like you never said it. Oh, my fault.
Right.
Fraternity coach. No. If it's a lie, you fight on that lie. Okay?
Right,
you stand on it. That's my take.
I hear you. My point is this. Whatever side you took, it was great for us.
Absolutely.
It's great when dudes go off the rails and start saying all types of craziness. It's not great for your team. That's all I'm saying. No, it'd be great for us if Travis Kelce came out and said, you know what? They need to go pay Chris Jones. In fact, they need to pay me too. I'm tired of being underpaid. That'd be great for us. Not for the team. That's all I'm saying.
I get you. And I don't think it's some level of like motivation or like, I don't think that was it Tony Pollard woke up today, saw these quotes, and they're like, you know what? Now I'm really going to hit the rehab hard. I don't think that. I also don't think that Ron Rivera woke up in Northern Virginia, walked into the practice facility today and said, oh, guys, hey, focus up. Jerry said they're working hard in Dallas, so we got to turn it up. Like, it's all show. It's all professional wrestling to an extent, but I just can't. I can't get too upset about him going out there and saying, "Hey, we're going to come out here and try to kick some ass and take some names." Now, if he was saying
didn't say try, he said we're going to.
But it's like if he says this at 5-7, all right, the time is up. But it's August, man. Everybody feels good about their team. You got people telling me that the Commanders might win the NFC East, and everybody feels good
Kevin
except
Wiles.
pretty much right.
That's
except
about
for
all I've heard say that.
You know who else does? Your boy VJ. He's been over there
really?
He's been trying to sell me on the Sam Howell and this and that, and I'm just like, all right, hold on. I'm not sure about
if he's right, oh my gosh, you're gonna be in some trouble.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Everybody who knows that listen to me Saturday, 7 to 10 Eastern knows he will never live that one down. Let me live it down.
But one of y'all gonna be in trouble.
But ultimately, especially in a environment where like Dak's not super vocal, there's not a real voice on the Cowboys besides Jerry. Not Jerry, obviously not on the team, but there's not real noise coming from that. And I think there is a level of the Michael Malone aspect of like for the Denver Nuggets. He's doing a lot of talking because nobody else is. He's doing a lot of talking because there's not like his star players aren't really. They're not really gonna. That's not how they get off.
But if he talked for 10 straight years and underdelivered,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It'd be a problem. Like, let's keep it real. And I've known Mike Malone since he was an assistant coach on Jeff Van Gundy's squad when he coached the Knicks. Right, exactly. And did you hear Mike talking before last year?
Not in this way.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's doing it when he knows, oh, we got a squad. We got a squad. Like, Jerry just does it every year. And I think Jerry believes they have a squad, and they do. But because you've been so unsuccessful, they're one of a handful of teams. I wish I knew the exact number, but it's about a handful that haven't made it to at least a conference championship game in the last quarter century. And every year you come out and talk Super Bowl. I know he didn't say, he even went out of his way to say, I'm not talking about the Super Bowl, but come on, man. You don't need to be throwing this stuff out there. I'm trying to help y'all Cowboys